What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Calvin, the new trader, Forex Beginner Podcast. You guys know if we're in a different setting, something special is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is a big inspiration to a lot of the trading community. A lot of traders that we see that are doing big things right now have all attributed their success to this gentleman, his influence, his journey, his goals, and the things that he's been able to achieve. A lot of people credit him for their determination to stick it through and get to this point of success. I'm gonna try not to talk too much in this intro, but ladies and gentlemen, we got Q-Makes in the building. What's up, bro? How you feeling, man?
Lovely, lovely, always.
First
lovely.
of all, I gotta do this, bro. I wanna give you some flowers right now. I recall it was 2020,
Okay.
and pandemic had just happened. I'm an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur at the time, struggling a little bit before 2020, but things are starting to come in my favor. And somebody just kept blowing me up, talking about, you gotta start trading, you gotta start trading, you gotta start trading.
Yeah.
And
Planting the seed.
Yeah, just planting the seed in there, right? Every week calling me, all right? Ron, shout out to Ron. So just calling me. And so I got started with I Am Academy. I was in for like 2 weeks, and I was like, yo, this ain't the way, right? So I was like, man, I need somebody to help me, guide me, mentor me. And then somebody sent me a video of you making $176,000 in a trade.
Yeah.
And I think you held it or something like that. And it was like, just check this guy out, watch this guy. And I'm going through your page and I'm looking at the YouTube video of you breaking this trade down. I'm just like, this is
that was a classic
insane.
One.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going crazy. I'm showing my wife, right? And I'm like, this is insane. This is what's possible. I gotta do this. So I ended up finding a mentor, but seeing that, what you did, showed me like, yo, this is something you should put your time into.
Correct.
It's something you should pay attention to.
Yeah, like even give yourself like 5-6 months and everything to even like dabble in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
man.
Like, you'll fall in love with it eventually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So personally for me to be sitting here with you, I just got to tell you thank you, because
that.
that was early motivation to let me know like this is bigger than anything that you could possibly build right now. And use your business, your leverage you got right now to kind of put some capital into this. Build up that capital with the skill set, then you can start planting into some more businesses and things like that.
Correct.
But thank you for that, man.
Definitely.
We're here today, and you just came back from a
Traveling
traveling the world.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture you posted of you and your daughter, and you got the jet back there.
Oh yeah, of course.
How does that feel? And you mentioned to me off camera that you brought your girl, her family, grandma, everybody out. How does that feel to know that you have created a lifestyle with no limitations?
Like it's living like in GTA, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is just like there for your access, you know?
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like it's just more just like that's like the true definition of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to do anything at any point because I want to. It could be just like a regular thing, or I could easily just go up here like a blink of a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that I was traveling, like I was gonna be out of town for like a couple weeks, like a month plus. So to keep traveling and not feel guilty in any kind of way, like I have to fly them out so they could also enjoy the time that I'm spending overseas also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it feels good. I feel like it puts everybody to a point that they're also experiencing, you know, things with me versus just seeing it on Instagram and that kind of stuff also.
How important is it for you to bring them along to see this journey, right? Your daughter, how old is she?
She's now 4.
4 years old, right? She's starting to be aware, right? The cars, the things. She's exposed to a lot of different people, different races, different languages, all these things. How important is that for you to expose your family to this empire that you're building?
I think it's good because it creates like a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like she goes to Jamaica, like she goes to different countries, she goes to different places, like she's interacting with different people. So I feel like it kind of like, you know, she could easily have like a nice life over here that's pretty much stress-free and that kind of stuff. But also like, you know, hang around like my family, like the side of my family that pretty much live in the area that I had grew up like on a farm and on dirt roads and like that kind of stuff. So like she could also have that balance as well. So like whenever she comes back to, you know, living here, she's not too, let's say, stush. Like how, you know what I'm saying? Like she's very open to like, you know, being around multiple kinds of people and everything, not caring like what they have. You know what I'm saying? So like
that's amazing.
Yeah. I think it's all about us creating like a nice balance between everything. Because I do want her to grow up and everything and be open to everything and also like, have a lot of experiences as she's a kid. So no other person can actually sway her in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like she's already used to certain things. She's already used to seeing certain cars, living in certain houses, like, you know, seeing certain things. Like if we're in a store and she wants a toy or like a scooter, that kind of stuff, like, all right, cool, get it.
Yeah.
So like it's never just settling for, we can only do so much. Like if you want like a $20,000 party, cool, like let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want her to actually have those memories. And if I'm able to actually get that to her without no kind of stress, then yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Why not?
So you mentioned that in Jamaica, you grew up on a farm?
So pretty much in St. Elizabeth, it's more just like dirt road. It's like dirt roads, very, very country. It's not really too much money going on there and that kind of stuff. It's kind of rough, But at the same time, like that was like my enjoyment as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very farm-based, a lot of goats, cows, chickens, pigs, that kind of stuff.
You really live in the farm life.
Yeah. I used to like catch birds and everything with like a little box and like a string. Like that was like my daily thing. Like making zincs out of like a avocado seed. Like making toys out of that kind of stuff. Like that was like my everyday. But then when I came to the U.S., that's when it kind of like just opened my eyes a little bit more as to like what's out there. As far as just how people can actually gain success over time and that kind of stuff, or like why a person drive a certain kind of car, like how can I even achieve that?
Yeah.
And trying to actually figure that out and trying to find a vehicle to even like get me on that path.
How old were you when you came to the U.S.?
Like 8, 9.
Okay,
yeah.
So you come to the U.S. What prompted the move to the U.S.?
By force, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
What was going on? What was happening?
No, my dad pretty much he was like, yo, like either I could stay in country or I could come to the U.S. for better education. And then like my family wanted that for me, so I went to the States, and I've been here ever since.
All right. So how many brothers and sisters do you have?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you count them all?
31.
30?
Yeah, 31.
What?
Yeah, 31. Bro.
Have you ever said that publicly?
1,000 times
Really?
already. Yeah.
31 brothers and sisters. How many nieces
Like,
and nephews do you have? Do you know?
A lot. Nieces and nephews, 30-something. Yeah, like because a lot of my brothers and sisters have kids now. You know what I'm saying? At times 3, 4. I have one. I have my other brother that have 2. Other brother have 2, 3. Like
Wow.
Yeah.
So everybody be hitting you up for birthday presents, Christmas presents, stuff like that?
No. But at the same time, like just more. I think the cousins are cool because they all get to have like a bunch of girl cousins and a bunch of boy cousins.
That's dope.
And they're all at like a nice age. Like because like even like my daughter has cousins that's like her same age. Like they're all going to school at the same time and that kind of stuff. So it's cool. Like they're grown up as best friends practically. So it's pretty cool.
I like that. One thing I noticed at the FX Summit is you had a lot of family around you.
Yeah, man.
There.
Yeah.
So how important is that for you, man, to involve like your uncle or your brother and things like that?
For me,
when you're doing things?
For me, it's just more just having them experience something different at times. You know what I'm saying? Like like I don't always take a jet, for example, right? But like, because for one, a jet, I mean, you're still spending like I think that jet was like around $35,000, something like that. But it was because like we had the flight was delayed, and I was gonna go to Florida the next day. They had no more flights. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to leave. Bomb, jet life,
Let's go.
So it's saying like certain things like that, I think it's more like an experience thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want like my family to feel like, we are short of in any kind of way. So I feel like anything that I have going on, it could be an interview, it could be a podcast, it could be an event, and I'm a part of it. Yo, listen, like come through, come see something different that you're not really used to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it opens up their eyes also to, what is possible, like what is out there, you know what I'm saying? But also like, kind of like me showcasing like what I have going on too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just what you're seeing on Instagram. Like this is like everyday life.
You've always been so easily vocal about money, about your growth, about what you have going on. I was watching a video from like 2014 when you were doing the roadside assistance thing, right? And you are all, even back then, the same like energy you have right now about trading, about top tier or any of the endeavors you got going on, trade lock or whatever. That same passion was there back then.
Because I feel like I don't dabble in no business unless I'm passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't really see me pushing too much that I'm not really passionate about because I'll just delay doing any kind of anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like so if I'm into it, then I'm gonna just go full-fledged for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like even like back then, I was still working at Target then, or I think I just quit Target. And with the roadside assistance, it was sign up for $40, get paid $80. I understand math. That's pretty easy. So boom. So like that's when I started to actually build like my online community at that point to just get like a little bit more reach and that kind of stuff. And then that's when I started to actually grow first my Facebook, and then eventually like my Instagram, that kind of stuff. But I feel like it's just more just anything that I have going on, I'm gonna actually try to tell people about it in some kind of way so like they can understand the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even about just making the money. It's about just also putting other people on an opportunity so they could also make money as well. Because a lot of people that even like had did that company with me back then, they're now trading. You know what I'm saying? Based off of just like following like my path and everything.
Yeah,
Like
and being connected.
Yeah, but on the road of entrepreneurship, like all right, bomb, like this is the play, and now this is the play.
Yeah.
Get good at it. You know.
That's it.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, man. So this podcast is predominantly for new traders, developing traders that are on the journey, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm hearing a lot, and we hear this, right? You just want to learn to trade so you can just trade, right? And I was stuck in that I don't know, man, I guess you can call it a cycle, that hamster wheel for a minute, because I'm thinking, man, I need to cut out doing this, and I need to try to be in the charts more to try to trade, to make more money, right? And there's this notion that you're not a real trader if you're not just trading and you got all this other stuff going on, right? But bro, I want to get into that. But let me tell you how you bless me, bro. I'm watching your journey, right? And you can ask my team, you can ask my man Keyshawn. I've been speaking this interview for over a year now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I told him, like it's gonna happen, right?
Is that true? Is that...
He'll tell you.
Let me ask him.
Yeah. Like he texted me, he's like, yo, God loves you. Because I was like, yo, we doing an interview. He's like, yo, God loves you. Because we've been speaking this. But as I watched your journey, I realized something in my journey, right? Since like 2014, when you were doing that, right? You were entrepreneur minded. Looking for opportunities to help others and then be able to help yourself.
No, but that's why I said, like, from starting like the roadside first, it kind of put me in the mindset of only entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, like, even making your first couple $100s from online money, you're like,
it's different.
It's more out there?
Yeah.
Because remember, I mean, like, I was also inspired by a lot of people that was already online doing those kind of business too, because I seen what they were doing, but also like living a certain kind of life that, you know, I eventually wanted to live as well. And those people, till this day, like they start to like trade eventually and that kind of stuff. But I just excelled in this path. But at the same time, like they understand that, like, you know, there's different ways on how to actually go about entrepreneurship. The trading aspect of things is just one of those businesses that don't have any kind of cap in its income. You can make as much as you want to every single day. Technically. So that's like understanding that part. I feel like it was just more never going back. Like I see nothing else that can make this kind of money this fast and have this kind of consistency with just it's always going to be there. It's never gonna go away. Like it's not gonna be like a company that can pretty much shut it down any kind of way. This is like the world. Like we're playing with markets. It's a common thing with what banks do. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, like it's stable. It's stable income once you actually learn the skill set.
Absolutely. And so what blessed me is by watching your journey, right? Is check this out. You've always been an entrepreneur. That in Forex was another entrepreneur endeavor.
Literally,
that just added fuel to the fire for you to fund everything that was already in you. And that's what your journey helped me realize. I'm like, Calvin, you're trying to become, you're not a Wall Street guy. You know what I mean? You're not that guy that sits behind a desk and just trade all day. You're an entrepreneur. That's why this skill makes sense for you. Because you want that capital in a way that's not limited, so that you can start spreading and doing other things. And so by watching you, it made me awake inside and say, yo, I'm looking at trading the wrong way. I'm trying to make this a job when really I'm supposed to be grinding.
You know why? Because I think people, they look at trading, right? And they see it as such like a, you know, like a suit and tie, like a, you know, like white collar and that kind of stuff, right? But coming to work like this, already like locked in like over like $90,000 from the day started. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on the chart still and that kind of stuff, but I'm dressing like however I want to dress, drive like whatever I want to drive, like suit and tie. Like I was a bad history, like within like a bad past, for example. Like it's not gonna really affect like what you have going on in trading. I have felons that pretty much are traders now in Wall Street Academy. You know what I'm saying? So whatever kind of past that you had, like it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't really judge any of that. It doesn't judge like about color, like how you dress, nothing like that. So like I feel like it's just the thing with trading is just one of those things that anybody can do it, and you don't have to have a suit and tie on to do it. But people that think like that, I'm like, yo, like you got to think outside the box. Like trading is a thing that you could be whoever you want to be. Like you could dress however you want to dress. Like show your true self, but just also use this white collar type of business, but also stay true to yourself the entire time.
The entire time.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not gonna switch up now. All of a sudden, I'm making money now. All of a sudden, I'm wearing a suit every single day. Nah, that's whack.
Exactly.
I'm not being like my true self.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
So now we talk about the cars, right?
Yeah.
That's a reflection of who you've always been.
I've always been.
So of course, when you start making more money, who you are is the same.
Yeah.
So as you make more, your likes increase.
Yeah.
The things that you already love increase.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want new beginner traders to find themselves.
Yeah.
Not what the internet tells you have to be.
Yeah, but I also want new beginner traders not to feel so fixated on just like that.
Exactly.
That big item.
Yes.
You know?
But for them, it may not be
there.
the cars.
Yeah.
For them, it may just be time with the family.
Remember, trading just gives you an opportunity to like fund like whatever you're into.
That's it.
I'm just into cars, so like I do that. You know what I'm saying? If you're into traveling, okay, cool. Travel from the world at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that you want to do then and go about that. But I'm saying like just there's people that pretty much now found out about me yesterday and then they're looking at Lambos the next day because they are on my page, but realizing that like that's 9 years worth of work.
Worth of work.
You know, so I tell people all the time, like, if you just learn about trading, do not go on my page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because some people get swindled. Like they feel like, yo, listen, like, damn, this is that easy? Nah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. But it's rewarding though.
It's
You know,
rewarding, bro.
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if people did the research, right? And that's what I admire because you never changed.
Yeah.
The ambition, it has always been the same.
Yeah.
So when you look at everything now, it's like it's just multiplied the things that you've already been doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But how can it fade though?
It can't.
How can it fade?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's you could play in here and make as much as you want to now, but I feel like also like it's very important to like, you know, get that first withdrawal. So like you could actually see your efforts from here and then how it plays out in your bank account, you know?
Yeah. So I want to bring something else up. So you were working at Target, right? Already trading.
Yeah.
And I've heard you mention this story a lot, but there's one thing that I pulled out that I want to bring out to people, right?
What, like a Target story?
Yeah, the Target story, right?
Yeah.
So you're working at Target, and you had already been trading and making money, right? You were already driving a good car at that time, but you were still coming to work. And I think people miss that part. And so I heard you say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you said you had a 1K day, and it just hit you like, why am I still working here?
Nah, so what happened was...
talk to me.
What happened was that first 1K day was me coming out of sociology class, like in Broward College. And that's when I hit my first 1K and I was like, you know what, fuck, like, this shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Closed out, bam, 1K, first ever. The reason why I had that epiphany at Target was I was actually, they held me overnight a little bit, right? Carts were everywhere outside. I still have the photo too. Carts were everywhere. Like it was a super Target. Cars are literally all over the freaking parking lot. It's a huge parking lot. There's literally cars like, you know, in gutters and that kind of shit also. And then it starts to drizzle and that kind of shit. And then we're all outside fucking scrambling to pick up these carts. It's all over the fucking thing. I already had a good day inside the market, like all these things. And I'm like, yo, like some people that are working there are taking off their shirt. They're in tank tops. Like they're not paying me enough to go to do all that. So that's when I was like, yo, yeah, this probably is not it, honestly.
It's not it.
But some people are, you know, that's their it, you know? And I was like, yo, like, I'm beyond this, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not ever gonna be able to take off my shirt and pick up carts.
Yeah.
You know? That was like the final, like, situation that happened. But the one that was prior to that was, I was billing FIP at the time, and then the student was pretty much trying to get my help. And I was on my lunch break, and I was trying to help him out and everything to get him, like, you know, signed up and that kind of stuff. And I was like, yo, I want to help you out, but I got to get back to work. And I hung up, and I'm like, hold on, wait, did I just say? Because I'm like, yo, listen, like, I'm trying to help him leave his job, and I'm still at my job. I'm like, that shit makes no sense. So the amount of pressure that I'm putting him under, I should be doing the same thing to myself.
Yeah.
So that's when it made no sense, and that's when I had put in my 2 weeks and that kind of thing. That's when I had all those other situations until I left. So I'm very, very respectful. So I did put in 2 weeks. I stayed those 2 weeks until I left.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna leave a job and leave everybody just dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm open to just staying those 2 weeks and then leaving respectfully. And even some people from Target till this day, like, they'll see me out and everything, and they'll just, you know.
So do you ever go there and see people that were there when you were there still working there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't look down on people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm
of
like,
course,
yo, like, but they're older people and that kind of stuff. So I'm like, yo, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was pretty much doing like my path, and then if this is your path, then it is what it is. But you know, I did tell you like what I was doing, and then you're seeing how it plays out. But it is what it is.
So at that time, though, you were already making money trading while you were still working there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like
and
I still have some decent days.
Okay,
Yeah,
and that's the
days.
point that I want to like bring out for us new beginner traders. Like, people just think, oh, he went from working at Target and then he is this big trade. But while you were making money, you were still going to work. A lot of people just want to, as soon as they get the first withdrawal, they want to just quit and just leave. But you were still showing up to work.
Yeah.
And you got to a point where your obligations were forcing you like, yo, I'm running out of time. I can't do both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like just real business people respect that. Like, they make those shifts.
You gotta jump. Like it's kind of
Exactly.
like jumping and then build the plane like as you're falling. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like so like I think like after I quit, like the next day I just went on like the grass like in my complex and everything. I have a picture that I posted on IG also. Like all this is on IG. The next day I pretty much just went inside the grass and I laid out. I'm like, damn. All I said was, now what? You know what I'm saying? Because that's technically like the start of like something brand new. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not working anymore. You're trying to go fully committed with this one possible situation. But at that point, I was confident enough to actually, I could make at least $5K a month, at least that, to cover rent, to cover insurance, to cover like my car payment, like just enough to get by. But at that point, I already had like around $7,000 had saved up. So I was already good with as far as like at least 3 months of just bills. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was good enough or confident enough to say like I could survive off these 3 months. And in 3 months, I'm pretty sure I could get my skill to the point that I'm making way more than what I need to just to cover bills and that kind of shit.
So it wasn't just I'm done, I'm gone.
Nah,
you know,
never.
it was
That's impulsive.
calculated.
That's impulsive.
Come on now, listen, I need y'all to listen to this. We pulling the nuggets out. I'm just trying to share this with y'all, all right?
Yeah.
The man is calculated. Yeah. And bro, I've seen it. Like, for people that I admire in an industry that I know nothing about, I study.
Yeah.
Like you said,
yeah.
If you like started trading today, if you heard about Q-Banks today, don't look at what I'm doing now. Go all the way to the bottom of the Instagram. Go all the way back on YouTube and look at that and then start building your way up. And so that's what I did. And I saw these little things. I'm like, wait, this man was still working. He was making money, still working. He was patient. He was diligent, working it, just planning that. And then it finally hit him like, okay, it's time to go. He was able to do that because he set himself up.
You know why? Because I don't like to double back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people that pretty much left their job, started trading, and then went back to a job. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, they double back. I'm not that kind of person. If I leave once, I want to make sure that I'm never going back. That's when I started actually just saying to the point like, yo, I'm going to get so much tasks that they can't hire me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, by all means, like, if I had to get a job, I couldn't because I had everything done up. So that's when I was like, yo, listen, I'm going full-fledged entrepreneur. I don't care what happens. That's the path. Yeah. So that was literally like the motive right there. Like, yo, like I'm gonna get so much tasks that they can't even hire me.
One thing I'm curious to know, Q, is that how do you handle emotionally scaling up in terms of your withdrawals and your profits, right? So for you, was that like an automatic process? Like you just got used to it after a while? Or was it like, okay, I've been hitting this certain number for so long, let me try to scale my lot sizes up? Or was it like literally just, okay, like this is a trade, I see it, I think it's gonna go, I'm gonna double down here, and then boom, you have a big day? Because for me personally, I just wanna share where I'm at. I've had some good days, right?
But like, what's a good day?
Okay, yeah, so for me, like a 3 to 5K days, right?
Yeah.
But my goal is that 10K a day. Like I wanna hit 5 figures in a day yet. I've been seesawing with it a little bit.
I mean, but like what pair are you trading? Like what's
okay,
your lot size?
So I trade AU, I trade USD Chef, Euro USD, and sometimes I dabble with GU.
Okay, so for one, all those pairs suck.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Talk to me.
AU is my starting pair. Obviously, this can happen on AU, 20 pips. It doesn't make sense, right? You're playing with slow money, technically. USD Chef, a sporadic pair. Very, very sporadic. It doesn't really have too much consistency and that kind of stuff. I traded that pair for a couple weeks, wasn't really impressed. AU, I traded for an entire year until I got consistent, and then I went to UJ. So I would personally say I would recommend you, or even like look into UJ at least, because that pair is a little bit faster. It pays you a little bit more also. So the same amount of efforts that you're actually putting with AU and to analyze AU and GU and that kind of stuff, you can put that same amount of efforts into UJ and make a lot more money. So like I said on like this webinar that I did like last night, like I had said, it's not that you're a bad trader, but sometimes you're just trading the wrong pair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you could be doing okay at one pair, but then you go over to a next pair and then you're gonna do an insane amount. You know what I'm saying? Because even like whenever I had transitioned into say AU to UJ, UJ to I think GJ or XRP, then XRP to gold, and gold to US 30. Over time, you have to kind of like make that transition to like, you know, get on a pair that's a little bit faster. And I feel like that's very, very important to actually time, because if you don't time it right, then you will find yourself like in like on a slow pair for a couple of years when you could have been making a lot more money, you know, analyzing a next pair. Yeah. So I'm very, very big on trying to force yourself to level up. Even if you're making like 5K days, like is it 5K days with one trade or like?
Yeah, just one trade with multiple positions.
Okay, yeah, like one trade setup, but multiple. Okay, so like that same concept with a different pair could make you that 10K day. Put it that way. Like if you're trying to actually do that with AU, it's not going to really happen no time soon, because there's not really too much moves on AU to the point that could actually make that happen. Yeah. With the kind of losses that you're actually using. Yeah. You might have to actually scale up.
Just 5, 10 lot.
Yeah. You might have to scale up a little bit more, or even scale in a bit more positions to even get that 10K. But like I said, applying that same effort to a different pair, that can make you that 10K day. You know what I'm saying?
So my issue with US 30 is it scares me.
No. Look, but you're not there yet. It's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you have to get to that point. With US 30, like the same amount of efforts, and I realized it's the same amount of efforts that I was using to analyze gold. And at that point, I was hitting like a 50K day on gold. I hit my first 100K day on gold also. And I was like, I put that same effort that I was analyzing on gold on 30, and I was making 200K days at times. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like that same effort. So it's not like you have to put in more work and everything. At times, it's just a pair that you're trading to actually, you know, break that barrier. Like at times, like 5K is the barrier for AU, but like that 10K trade could easily be done on a different pair.
So I need to switch pairs.
So growth-wise, I always recommend it. If you're staying with one pair for too long, then you're never gonna know that there's more out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm very big on,
So you've seen the growth in your days based on the instruments you were trading.
100%. Like I hit like my on AU, like back in the past and everything. I'll show you the screenshots from AU back in 2015, 2014. Like I was hitting those 5K days, 8K days, and that kind of stuff on AU, but I was going very, very hard at my lot sizes. And then with UJ, my biggest days were a 30K week. Cool. Like that was on one trade setup overall. On XRP was the $74,000 from $1,000 in 1 week on XRP. After that, switch again. 100K a day. 100K day trade on gold. All right? And obviously, I had like the $450,000 trade on US 30. So it's kind of like all those pairs pretty much, I still put in the same amount of effort, but just a different pair, a different instrument to actually give me the kind of payout that I'm expecting with the same amount of work. So like that one switch changes everything. Wow. Like you'll never realize that like those milestones are so close because you're on one pair the entire time.
You got me thinking.
I mean,
that's some good advice, though.
I mean, it's great advice because I did it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm telling you from experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking out my ass. Like that's like that one switch can actually make you hit those milestones a lot sooner than you can even expect. But you have to actually be open to scaling a bit harder at times. You know what I'm saying? Like learn on how to actually scale in correctly, because some people don't even know how to actually put in 3 positions in one trade at times. You know what I'm saying? Like doing all that to the point that you could actually scale the account very, very smooth and not feel like you're over leveraging and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So when you're scaling, I heard you mention before, you put your biggest lot size on last, or you put your biggest lot size on first?
What makes sense to you? Because that's a common question.
Yeah. That's so, all right. So I'm gonna tell you how I do it.
So look at this. Hold on. I'll show you something.
Yeah.
Quick. So you can see the concept. Okay. Like for example, on top. Looks on top.
So this is a sale.
Oh, there's a 2 lot. Every other thing is a 1 lot.
Correct.
The heaviest is at the top because that pretty much makes the entire trade.
Correct.
That actually handles the entire trade.
Correct.
If you put the heaviest on bottom, one little pullback, and then that's going to kill your margin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you actually make the highest and heaviest lot size order on like the best trade position. At that point, it pretty much handles the entire trade. So if you do want to scale in with a small lot size, you can. Also, you can also handle all the drawbacks if needed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, like it's always the heaviest on top because that pretty much controls the entire trade.
I love it.
Yeah, but that has to be on a position that you actually feel super confident in, and you have enough confirmation to even put that higher lot size. You know what I'm saying? So it pretty much like just it's pinpointed based on like how precise can you get to the point that you feel comfortable with even putting that bigger lot size to then scaling after that with a smaller lot size.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So I love this right now because it's a teaching moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, you broke my paradigm when you was like, yo, you need to change your instruments.
No.
I like that.
No, because I'm telling you because I've been through those peers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand where you are. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like great weeks and everything on AU. Like of course, like I became consistent from AU, but eventually you have to grow, and then to grow, you got to pretty much, dabble in something different to actually give you those new opportunities and that kind of stuff that you're looking for.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
definitely. Yeah.
Who pushes you like that? The way you just pushed me, who has been in your corner throughout this journey pushing you?
I don't really have like a mentor, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a person to talk me through and everything else. I just get it, and then I just give it, It just comes somehow and I get it, you know?
That's good, man. That's
good.
Of
Of course.
What's your motivation now? What motivates you to get out of bed every day and keep doing it? You just dropped a social media for traders.
Yeah.
What makes you continue to get, like right now, you can stop everything and be good, right?
Be great.
Be great?
Yeah, be great.
I love that. So, never afraid. Look, he's never afraid to talk about the money. I love that too. But listen, like what makes you get out of bed and say, I still want to help. I still want to push this forward. I still want to represent for those people that don't want to fit the stereotype of what a trader should look like. I want people to be themselves. I want to continue to push that agenda.
Yeah, so like, I feel like that's what fulfills me like nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Because people always say like, all right, cool, like I want to start trading because, all right, I want to get like $100,000. I'm like, okay, cool. So like, what happens next? Like after you get $100,000? And it's, yeah, man, now I want to help out my family. I'm like, okay, all right, bet. So what happens after you help out your family? It's like those things keep on happening. So like once all those things are fulfilled, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty much good. Like I don't need to help myself anymore. I'm pretty much trying to help everybody else. Like I've always been, but at the same time, like more than ever with a trading platform, like, and another app that can also help people out in some kind of way also. Like doing things that pretty much I wanted to be done for me when I was a beginner trader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those things help out a person dramatically. You have Top Tier, you have Involio, you have TradeLock, you have all these other brands that I pretty much push because those are things that can help out a trader in many, many ways. Like I feel like just like my purpose is more just getting that fulfillment out of helping everybody else, period.
Yeah.
It feels good, and like even like if I run into like a brand new trader that they just found out about trading like last week, it gets me hyped hearing them talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the gym and everything else, I heard a person talking about percentages and everything. Yeah, man, like I just gained 5% on my prop firm, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, so like, and then I got into the convo and that kind of stuff also, and like, they were super fresh. Like they didn't know nothing about nothing, but at the same time, like they're passionate about it already.
Yeah.
Because one person had like a little withdrawal, and then they felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like from that alone, like changes everything. So hearing brand people talk about how passionate they are about trading at such a beginning stage, like I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So that makes me want to just involve myself in the conversation to just put on like a little bit of insight on like what to expect in the future in a couple of years and that kind of stuff. Some people don't listen, but at the same time, like when they realize, that I've already been through that, then they're like, damn, like bro, like we just met a person that's experienced at that game, that's seasoned,
How does it feel for you? Because I saw a picture, it was a while ago, but it was a picture of a younger Raul at one of your seminars.
Yeah.
How does that feel though when you see somebody stick with it and build their empire?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I give Raul props all the time because like I tell him and I tell his dad, like his dad built the foundation. Why not take full advantage of that? Some people actually go against him because, oh, like your dad has money, blah, blah, blah. That's what a dad is supposed to do. Second foundation. So like you're not starting from ground zero. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense. And the fact that Raul's seen this as an opportunity to actually go full-fledged with it. I love it.
Yeah.
Because he found a passion for it and then went full-fledged, opened up his businesses, his courses, like all the stuff. He trades good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love seeing that because at the same time, like I was a part of that in some kind of way, which is, hey, I love it. Yeah. I was like, I planted my seed in that person, and after that, he just
that was it.
Grew. Yeah.
QB Stu.
Yeah.
I did an interview with him.
Yeah.
And he said, I was already good in trading. I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
But when I went to the 5-day and Q stamped me,
yeah.
that took me to a whole nother level inside.
I mean,
how does that come on, man? You got people just saying like when Q, it just took me to another level. Like, does that ever make you like pinch yourself? Be like, dang,
no,
me staying consistent did that.
You know why? Because I feel like it's more, I never have that realization because I'm still in the game. So I would rather just feel like, like I'm one of y'all to like, I'm still grinding too, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like, I'm still grinding too, you know? I never stop and think like, I'm up here and that kind of stuff. Not like, I'm very, very level-headed, you know what I'm saying? I never ever say that I'm like the GOAT or nothing like, no. I'm very good at what I do, that I admit. But I never come to the point that I speak down on people in any kind of way, or that I'm the reason for everything that they have going on. They also had to put in a lot of work. I just pretty much planted the seed with a little bit of water also. At that point, everything's on you. Like once they left the 5-day class, I told everybody, like, yo, listen, like once the 5-day class, I'm not gonna be calling you, I'm not gonna be texting you. If you go home and sit on the couch, then like that's on you. But some people, they went home and straight to the laptop, back testing immediately. Those people pretty much like, they thrive. QB Stu has always been that person. You know what I'm saying? Those long speeches that he be doing, he always done that. You know what I'm saying? So to see him get to a point that he's making like those 6-figure days and that kind of stuff, I've expected that. Based on how passionate he is, based on how much determination he has for a certain craft also, it was bound to happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like that work ethic actually shows. It started from sports for him and then it transitioned into trading. And that works perfectly fine because it's still like you have to practice with trading just like how you practice with the sport to even get good eventually. And I tell people all the time, like, listen, like people can get good at trading. It's a very, very rare skill set to get good at. But those people that are good are great. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time, it takes effort, it takes you waking up at a certain time, like spend that time to study and that kind of stuff, like make that habit to the point that you get passionate about it. Like there's times that when I was starting off, like bro, like I used to find myself back testing for like 5 hours because you're passionate about it, so you're not really looking at time. Like people ask, oh, how long should I study a day? Why are you counting? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're counting, then that means that you don't really want it. Like if you're into a sport, then you're gonna be playing a sport and everything until the friggin' lights turn on. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be practicing because you're not caring about like how long it takes. You're just into it. Yeah. Trading, same thing. Like once you find a passion for it, you could find yourself studying for like around 6-7 hours and not even notice that time had just flew by. But you learn so much around that 7 hours.
That's crazy. Yeah. What are some similar characteristics that you've seen in those students or those traders that you've had some influence on that they had that made you say, man, I'm gonna keep my eye on them. I think they may be great.
I think it's more just the ones that I didn't need to. Okay, for one, I mean, like back in like my 5-day class, like I had homework, I had the tests, like I had all these things, and the people that pretty much excelled a lot of times were the ones that were A+ students, A+ students, because they pretty much they spent that extra time to study. They spend the extra time after class to ask me questions. They spend the extra time to actually understand all the details that pretty much they have to see on the charts to even make sure that a trade is valid or even invalid. They pretty much understand the small stuff to the point that like they're not gonna miss out on the big stuff. So like QB Stu, Raul, and like all these other people that I influenced in some kind of way, like they all had that attention to detail to the point that like it brought them far beyond trading. It brought them to businesses and summits and like So those people alone, like, I feel like they stand out just from how they speak, how they go about things, like the questions that they ask. If they come in the classroom, they don't sit at the back, they sit at the front. All those things matter.
Those little details.
Those small things. Yeah.
In terms of you, man, you have a daughter. And do you see yourself getting married one day?
Yeah, of course.
Settling down?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I have my girlfriend now for 7 years. I mean.
Yeah. I love it, man.
It's progress. But
Yeah,
that's not like a life step that I rush in any kind of way, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a life step. Right there.
That is a life step.
That's a life step.
I take
my time with life steps.
Yeah.
You have to.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So I've been married 8 years.
Okay.
And I definitely think, bro, with what you've built, you have people that have been there from the beginning, that have held you down. And even like we said, we came in, we asked, hey, what's Q's favorite color? And Nico already knew. And I think having that around you and just being grounded in people that know you,
you gotta have soldiers.
great.
You gotta have soldiers around you also. You know what I'm saying? Like people that's pretty much for you. You know, you can't have people that's pretty much low key envious of you in any kind of way. Like you gotta have pretty much people that are soldiers. Like they pretty much are there for you at any moment. If you need anything, they got it done. Like they make you not struggle in any kind of way. So every single person that's around me, like, you know, soldiers, bro, soldiers.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's good, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I look forward to hearing that you get married, bro.
Hey, in time, yeah.
Definitely. So if there's anything right now, bro, that you would say to a new beginner trader that is struggling, they're consumed with the worries of life, the stress of bills, and they want to make trading work, what advice would you give them just looking back on what you've been able to accomplish? Same way you just gave me advice from experience. What advice would you give them from your experience?
I think the biggest thing is like don't really depend on trading so it could stress you out. You know, make trading a part of what you have going on and then eventually make it the main thing. But some people actually just like quit their job cold turkey. All of a sudden that's straight pressure on trading when it makes no sense at that point because now you're putting pressure on something that you're not really in control of too much. So I'll probably say like, you know, like work and trade for a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Like get that comfortability to the point that you kind of find like, you know, what areas you actually want to focus on. Because back then I was trading London session every single day. 3 a.m., bro, I'm there, ready for it. And then it came to a point that, you know, I started making enough in trading to the point that I was like, yo, you know what? I feel confident enough about this that I could probably go full-fledged. And then you kind of like make that transition slow. It's not like just cut off and then all of a sudden like you're depending on trading. Not like just gradually take your time to actually make that transition. So like whenever it happens and fully, it's nice and smooth and you're not feeling pressured on you have to make this money because rent is coming up.
Yeah.
So do that. As you're making money, reinvest that money to actually, you know, get more knowledgeable on certain things. Don't be afraid to spend money on classes and that kind of stuff. Like I bought many people classes because they're better than me at certain things. Why not? You know what I'm saying? That's common sense. So like, don't be egotistical enough to the point that you don't buy a person's knowledge in any kind of way.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
Because once you get the knowledge, it's yours now.
It's yours, it's yours. And however you want to interpret that knowledge, then that's on you. Like, some people can actually take my knowledge and become better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the possibilities of it because you don't know how they might actually make use of that knowledge in some kind of way. Like, they might comprehend it to the point that it's surpassed you, you know? But at the same time, just taking that extra effort, like as you're making money in trading, reinvest that money to make more money, to educate yourself in some kind of way, to be around certain people, to be around certain circles, to go to certain events like the summit and that kind of stuff. Like, you know, spend that money. You know, like don't be afraid to spend that money because that's going to actually come back around 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you leave this earth and...
like, we don't talk about that.
Okay, well, let's put it this way.
We're here now, and we're living, we're thriving. You know
I love that.
Like,
I love that. Okay, but let's say this. When your daughter's grandchildren look back at life and they hear about Q Banks, Cool and Black, what do you want them to know about you?
I was a person that pretty much, you know, gave to humanity in some kind of way. Like, I gave my knowledge and education to humanity in some kind of way to make it better. Like, that's pretty much like the main thing. I was a part of history. You know what I'm saying? I instilled the seed into a vast amount of people that's all new traders, new financial analysts, and that kind of stuff. I was a part of that in some kind of way, on like a black and white photo of me. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be classic, you know what I'm saying? It gotta be classic. Nothing colors.
With all this technology, AI today, he like, I just want black and white.
It's black and white.
And I gotta say this before we get out of there. You are literally just like me. Like, you like, even before we started, you were like, yo, ain't nothing small. Everything we do is big. Yeah. We ain't talking about death. We talk about life.
You gotta talk up,
Where did you get the power of the tongue and always speaking things that you believe in? Like, where did that come from? Was that instilled from faith or anything like that?
Like, a video had opened my eyes to it a little bit. I was watching The Secret. It was like the time period, like in 2014.
Bob Proctor.
Yeah, but I was watching the video on Netflix though.
Okay.
I never read a book because I felt like that's too slow of a build-up. I was watching the movie like at least like 4 times a week. Like 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's like, you know, they were saying, you know, like, stop thinking about, you know, bills in the mail. Get a check in. Actually, I just got a check in the mail for like $16,000 today, actually. It's crazy.
This guy don't mind talking numbers. I love this.
Bro, because here's what it is. Like, it's real life.
It's real life.
And everybody can actually get to that point as well. But yeah, man, like just more, instead of thinking bills, think checks. You know what I'm saying? Like just thinking positive on certain things, like being optimistic with certain things, like not thinking initial negativity on a certain topic or a subject and that kind of stuff. Like think positive over a situation. Like instead of going outside or about to go outside and be like, damn, like the sun is too hot. Nah, like say, you know what, damn, like the sun is bright, it's shining bright today. It's beautiful outside. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like just speaking positive of things versus just the negative. Because to speak negative is very, very easy. You know what I'm saying? But some people just hold themselves back to even speak positive at times, which is kind of whack. So I try to actually just to speak very, very positive. Like keep people that surround me that's positive also. Don't speak about deaths. We're alive like right now. So like, why am I thinking about it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love it, man. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Forex Beginner Podcast, Q Banks is in the building. Man, I just want to say before we get out of here, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything you're doing. I definitely want you to let everybody know what you got going on. I want you to let them know about all the different businesses that you've built to help traders. I definitely want you to do that because I think that as a black man, it humbles me and I'm appreciative to see another like myself doing things at an all-time high level and don't have to be in control. A lot of times we as black men, we feel like we've been so marginalized that we got to control everything. And I love the way that you and your greatness see that there's other people that I can partner with that may do something better than me, but that doesn't diminish what I bring to the table.
Correct.
And I love that. Yeah. And so I want to celebrate that in you before we get out of here. And I want to give you this platform to just let us know like what you got going on and what you got that's helping traders.
I mean, like my main thing, you know, I have Wall Street Academy, which is my educational platform. You have Top Tier Trader, which is the platform. Also, you have Trade Locker, which is, you know, the next best thing. You know what I'm saying? The platform that was launched like about 4 or 5 months ago. Well, like 4 months ago now. It's pretty much like I wouldn't say a replacement to MT4, MT5, but it's an addition to that conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, it's not or, it's and. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not saying, oh, MT4 or MT5 or Trade Locker. Nah, let's put MT4, MT5 and Trade Locker. You know what I'm saying? Like make that be a part of the conversation. It's not competition, it's just a part of the ecosystem now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just like our marketing company, we have a lot of things in technology and trading overall that we actually dabble our hands in that kind of stuff. So yeah, I like to be a part of things that I'm into in any kind of way. So like anything that's within that branch of trading, I dabble.
I love it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Forex Beginner Podcast, Q Banks. Listen, as I always say, I look forward to running into you at the bank one day, but you cannot meet me there. You got to beat me there. When me and Q pull up, you should already be running out of the bank with a duffel bag on your shoulder, big smile on your face. We believe we all going to be successful. Till next time, God bless you guys. Take care.
Peace out.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that, man.
Of course.